I think it's fair to say that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl caught us all by surprise.
Experience the brilliance once more. What the f?
Experience the brilliance once more!
What? No. What? Wait, what? Wait. Yes, this is... Bro, what?
I've been a Pokemon fan all my life, and this was the first time I wasn't super excited by a game reveal. And to be honest, the chibi art style is the last reason why. Pokemon remakes are a given at this point. Before the Nintendo Switch even existed, people were asking Game Freak for remakes of Diamond and Pearl. And to be fair to them, I truly believe Diamond and Pearl could use a new lick of paint. The lack of fire types, terrible HMs, and slow gameplay are just a few reasons why. Personally, when games are being remade, I actually don't want them to stay too faithful to the original. In my opinion, that was Heart Gold and Soul Silver's downfall, but that's a topic for another video. Game Freak hired ILCA to remake Diamond and Pearl while they themselves work on the second revealed game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. We'll talk about Legends Arceus later in the video. The fact Game Freak are now hiring another company to work on their remakes is ultimately understandable. Listen, I'm not here to defend them or anything, I just want to say that I get it. Remakes used to be necessary. There was no way to obtain Kanto Pokemon easily back when Ruby and Sapphire came out, so they remade Red and Green. As they moved on to bigger and better graphics, they realized Gold, Silver, Crystal just didn't cut it anymore and remade those games too. Then we had the release of 3D Pokemon, and suddenly it meant every Pokemon game had to be remade in 3D. The issue is, remakes are limited in terms of where they can take the franchise. We already know what happens in the game. We've played them before. Don't get me wrong, remakes do sell well. Just having Pokemon's name on it is enough. But I understand why Game Freak don't want to pull out all the stops on a Diamond and Pearl remake when they can just do that on something that has the potential to be even bigger. The thing that initially stung for me was the realization that we'll never get to explore the Sinnoh region we know and love in the same style as Sword and Shield. And I'm not just talking about the graphics. This is just me making an assumption based on a reveal trailer, but the Sinnoh remakes feel very similar to the Mystery Dungeon game we got last year. In that, all we got were the original Pokemon available, which were Generation 1 to 3, with a few exceptions, plus the Mega Evolutions of those Pokemon. They also brought in a ton of quality of life that made the game amazing to play, and I truly loved all 100 hours I spent on it, but it would have been cool to see some Pokemon past Generation 3 in the game. When a game is being remade, one of the things I used to be excited about was seeing newer Pokemon in an older region. But I have a weird feeling that isn't gonna happen here. I feel like we'll just get Pokemon up to Generation 4. I would love to be proven wrong, but in the reveal trailer, all we saw were Sinnoh Pokemon. And it makes sense. They've made it clear that we'll most likely never get another game that features every Pokemon. So what reason do they have to include newer generation Pokemon, which would ultimately exclude some older generation Pokemon, in a faithfully reproduced Sinnoh region? Let me be clear. As much as they're saying it's faithfully reproduced, I don't believe we'll be seeing the return of HMs, the lack of fairy types, and the poor fire type selection. I believe they will fix a lot of Sinnoh's shortcomings. They'll probably also include events that we couldn't access without cheating. People have pointed out that the woman that gives you the Gracidia flower is in Floroma Town. Hell, I even unironically believe that Mega Evolution could be in this game. I mean, Sword and Shield was the only game in recent time to exclude it, and that was most likely just to have people focus on their new Dynamax mechanic. The Let's Go games had it, the Mystery Dungeon remakes had it. I truly believe these Sinnoh games could include it. Pokemon is splitting their timelines up based on which ones have Mega Evolution and which ones don't. The original Sinnoh didn't have it, so to me, it makes sense that we could see it make a return. I would even go as far as to say I could see them giving new Mega Evolution forms to the starters, but maybe that's a little too ambitious. So with my theory that they'll only be including Pokemon up to Generation 4 in the games, where does that leave VGC? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we had another year or two of Sword and Shield VGC. It's already been confirmed that Legends Arceus is a single player game, and I don't know, I just can't see these Diamond and Pearl remakes being the new home of VGC. I have no doubt that we will be able to battle online with friends for fun, but I think Sword and Shield is our home for VGC until Generation 9. If this is the case, I'd love to see them add more Pokemon into Sword and Shield just to keep the VGC scene interesting. Again, I would love to be proven wrong on this. And the last thing I have to touch on in regards of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the chibi art style. While I was initially thrown off by it and uncertain if I liked it or not, I think I've gotten used to the idea of it already. At the end of the day, it is just an art style, and the battle themselves still have full-scale characters. Personally, I would have liked how it looked more if they had lines. Someone even roughly drew lines on them, and I think it looks much nicer. Another thought is to take a page out of Link's Awakening's book and make the shadows a lot harsher. This could have also worked, but I think I'd still prefer the lines. I doubt any of this will change between now and the release though. As much as I would have preferred a Sword and Shield style Sinnoh remake, I get why they decided not to. They saw what Breath of the Wild did for Zelda, and I think they want to take Pokemon in a similar direction. People have been begging for a more mature Pokemon game, and I think Legends Arceus is that. Ever since the X and Y days, I've imagined a Pokemon game being set in the past, but I always thought it wasn't possible, or something that they maybe weren't interested in fleshing out. Pokemon as a series has a lot to work with in terms of lore. There's so much potential to be had with Legends Arceus, I could even see this game style becoming a side series if it does well enough. I mean, the title of the game sounds like a series. Pokemon Legends. Imagine if the reason so many legendary Pokemon are left as what is felt unfinished is so they can flesh them out in this series. Pokemon Legends Zygarde, Pokemon Legends Volcanion, Pokemon Legends Diancie. We could see the Genesect Kabutops theory come to life, or we could see Magearna being made. We could see the original dragon. There's so much to work with here, and I am looking forward to it. It has potential. I think my biggest concern is it's scheduled to be released in early 2022. That's in a year from now. I'm not a game developer, but the trailer footage we saw looks rough. It looks like an alpha of the game, and they're meant to be done with it in just a year from now. I want to believe in them, but the recent history of video game developers and crunch time causing lots of issues has left a lot of fans understandably worried. I wouldn't be mad if they delayed this game a bit just to get it right, but I doubt this will happen. Overall, it seems Pokemon is finally splitting their younger and older audience. For the most part, I think people are happy with this new direction. And you know what? I think I am too.